Man, I've come a really, 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 really long way, and I'm still working and still doing, just working on myself. Like, it's a never ending process. But I know that I'm not where I was, you know, and I've managed to work on myself to a space where I don't feel stressed. I don't feel um, imbalanced and just out of control, and I've managed to manifest the life that I desire. Even though I'm still manifesting, I'm still working on manifesting things for my life. I feel like that's going to always be a thing. Like, once you reach one goal or once you, um, actualize one thing, then something else becomes, a part of your desire or a goal, But with that, I realized that it's not so much about creating goals and achieving, you know, attracting things. It's more so about becoming the best version of myself. That's what all of this has really altered me to, you know. Because once upon a time, I was just always thinking about, oh, I want to meet this goal. I want to do this. I want to manifest this thing, manifest that thing. It was all about the manifestation of things, you know what I'm saying? But in my own evolution and my own understanding of manifesting and really doing some real work on myself and understanding manifestation and quantum reality from a broader perspective, I understand now that it's more about me becoming the best version of myself and less of just achieving a goal, because, the goals never stop. But if I can become the version of myself that is a magnet to the life that I want, where the things that I desire, the goals that I want to achieve, I'm already in alignment with them because of who I am. We have been trained so well, conditioned to perfection, and led astray. Yet we continue to follow a consciousness or a idea that tells us that we're not worthy, that we're not enough, that we're born broken and uh, bad. You might say bad, or uh, dare I use sin, you know, born in sin. And it just baffles me because we've been taught this now, right? And we continue to tell ourselves these things. We continue to believe this. And no doubt, we've been indoctrinated into this for sure, you know. And in my own evolution and in my own learning about religion and spirituality and creating, and really tapping into, because I didn't create it, I guess I created the space for me to open up to having my own personal connection with Source. Realizing that I didn't need to be spoon fed um, through a third party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a middleman to speak and be and um, communicate with source. And so in learning that and identifying with that, and really shutting a lot of the things that I've been taught down, shutting them down, you know, where they made no sense to me. They didn't hold true for me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's different. Everybody has their own journey. And I wouldn't knock a person's journey because I had a journey and have a journey, you know. And I come from different schoolings and knowings and teachings and doctrine, doctrinations and all of the above as well, you know. And I took my time to reach to a level of self-discovery and having my own connection with source. And I was just thinking about just how we haven't just been indoctrinated in religion, we've been indoctrinated into how to think, how to think of ourselves, and just knowing now that we're literally infinite beings. You are an infinite being. You come from an infinite source energy that is unlimited, and we limit ourselves. That's literally what we do all the time. We limit ourselves in everything we do. And we limit ourselves because of what we've been taught, the limiting perspective of ourselves that we have. And we've been taught to think like that. We've been taught to look at ourselves in such a small, mediocre way. We don't really tap into um, the, the source energy that's within. We kind of look outside of ourselves for ideas of who we are. Who are we? Who are we? Who am I? Tell me who I am. Approve of who I am. Let me know who I am. Who am I? You know? And I come to know that we are source energy, that we have an infinite, unlimited source of power, energy, resources, and everything in between. And yet, we follow a mindset that tells us that we don't, that doesn't exist, or that that's a fairy tale. When we live in a quantum reality that is creating all the time. So literally our life is creation. And so how can you limit creation? Creation is happening all the time. So you can't limit it. You can't limit creation. And you shouldn't limit yourself. I had a thought. It is a knowing that, actually, I'd like to ask a question. What if your life was infinite? There was no beginning and no end. And you could morph and transform at any time, place, reality, through time and space, to infinity. How would you plan out your infinite life? How would you do that? I hear people say, oh, I don't want to come back here. I ain't trying to come back. But it seems to me that people come back because they only think of this in their infinite reality. It's like you've been put in a loop Your consciousness has been put in a loop to just think here, now, this space and time and reality, and this is all there is. But with your unlimited consciousness, you could literally create anything. Anything. So if you can create anything, how would you do that? What would you create? Would you continue to create this over and over again? Or would you really expand yourself to the unknown and create something that is unknown? Like, I really be thinking like that. I'm like, if we're here to create, then I can create anything, right? If I create my reality, then I create my reality. And my reality, I create, right? You tell me.